What's up, guys? TeamKnL here, and just going over some tips for preparing for a YCS or a regional or any major event of any sort of thing. Since we do have YCS Dallis coming up, and pretty much the whole team will pretty much be there for the most part. So, in sticking to that, I have come up with a few tips based on things that people have told me and past experiences to help you guys with your possibly first or get you more acquainted with the tournament scene, especially at major events like YCS's. So first off, for the first tip, pretty much get a lot of rest. Now, what happened at our last regionals, some of you may remember from my wind-up deck profile, but pretty much the entire team crashed. Like, after round 6, everyone started getting bogged down, and like we started losing our games. We started losing games we shouldn't have lost. So that pretty much stopped us from topping, and we're gonna try our hardest not to do that again, because Matt's making us go to sleep extra early, and also Peter's gonna be judging, so we gotta get up early for that anyways, so we gotta go to sleep early. But besides that, make sure you get plenty of rest. Sleep can be crucial, and you can pretty much lose games just because you need to sleep, or your mind isn't working well without sleep. Now, second of all, bring several snacks, such as like candy, crackers, or chips, any of that sort of thing, and a bottle of water. Pretty much keep yourself hydrated, and if you need to, get yourself fed so that you don't have to worry about those things while you're doing it, or while you're playing, or before you and after your games, so that way you'll be able to stay focused on your games and not have to worry about food and whatnot. And third, check your main board, your main deck, side deck, and extra deck the day before the tournament. Make sure you get them, determine what cards you want in your main, extra, and side before the event, as well as count the number of cards in each pile before you put them in your deck box. Oh, and also make sure for the deck box that you have your deck in, don't put anything else other than your deck, extra deck, and side, because they check for that and you can get a game loss because something was in there and it's not what you wrote down on the deck list. So make sure you have only your extra, side, main deck, and possibly token cards, but make sure they're not like real Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but like token cards, so that the judges don't like destroy you and give you game losses because you have like this cute Cyber Dragon flower token thing. I don't know. It's really weird sometimes. And also make sure that you have the cards you need that you're going to be using before the event. Like, make sure if you really have to, go and trade people real quick, but if people can tell that you need the card, they will rip you off. Like, right now, I need a Blade Armor Ninja. Those are going for about $8 a piece. If I don't get one before the event, I'm probably going to have to pay $10 to $12 for a Blade Armor Ninja, and I don't want to do that, because that's like 4 McDoubles I could get right there, plus a Blade Armor Ninja. And the worst part is I'm betting the fact that I'm going to pull the Blade Armor Ninja after I submit my deck list, because we're going to get like 5 Order Chaos packs because Galactic Overlord isn't out yet, and that kind of makes us sad. But now, for the fourth tip, this is optional, but I found it's really helping me when it helped me when I was making the sideboard. I pretty much practice siding into your matchups. Like, pretty much practice siding into like the five it's not a Triforce anymore, so 5 Pentagon? The pentagrams. Just slide into the pentagrams. Like, determine what cards you're going to take out for the Dino matchup. Determine what cards you're going to take out and put in for the wind-up matchup. Same thing for Injectors, Heroes, and Dark Worlds. And also, it's not just going to be the pentagrams. It's going to be you're also going to play some rogue decks, Lightsworn, Chaos Dragon, Mystic Piper. Those decks are crazy, and they are, especially Piper. Piper is getting a little out of hand. People fapping over that deck when it's not the. It's probably one of the best craps, but no. The deck is actually pretty decent, but it's not the greatest deck as everyone is making it out to be. But also determine what cards you side into the least, and reconsider either changing that for something else, for another matchup that you have trouble with, or just consider changing it for something that you're going to use more often. For instance, I had 2 smashings in my side deck beforehand, and when I started practice siding, I found that I only sided it in for one matchup, and it wasn't Dino Rabbits, it was for Dark Worlds, because Gaffa is annoying. And I would only side 1 smashing, and I'd side 2 bottomless. Now, I decided to change that by taking out the smashings, and I found that I haven't been siding enough for the Injector matchup. So I put in 2 Chain Disappearances instead of the smashings. So Chain Disappearance will help with the Injector matchup, as well as possibly Dark World, getting rid of Tor Whores, as well as possibly Dino Rabbit, getting rid of more Tor Whores, and wind-ups. Tor Whores and just rats die upon receiving obliteration from the chains. So yeah, that's just one example. I'm pretty sure you may find some, but to keep the video short, that is one example of that scenario. And also, last tip, make sure you get your playtesting in if you need it. Or sometimes you may just not need it, but the other person might need it. But pretty much, if you don't have anyone who plays the deck, such as, for instance, no one in our team has Dino Rabbits, and we only own 1 Rescue Rabbit, and that's being used in Matt's Chaos Dragons. So yeah, for our Dino matchups, we have to pretty much play on DN, and no one else is. I pretty much just play test against myself on DN. Like, I have a second account, and I'll play against myself. I mean, it's not the best because you see what both players have, but I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than no play testing, because no play testing, Rabbits destroyed me during the last regionals. I lost all 3 games against them, and it was just simple logic too that I could have won, and it was just misplays and all that stuff. So get your play testing done and get it secure, and make sure you feel confident about that matchup that you are having trouble with before the event. So that's pretty much it. TeamKnL. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, and YCS Dallis is coming up for us, like I said before in the video, and expect a lot of more videos to come after YCS Dallis, because right now I'm just preparing for YCS Dallis for the most part, and I'm pretty sure that I will have more time to work on videos for you guys as well. Oh, and you can expect the Return of the Duelist OCG set review to come up within the next week, because that's when the set releases. And the set, I'll give you a preview right now. The set is kinda iffy right now, but there are some pretty cool cards in there, so I'll point those out to you, give you guys the heads up, and hopefully we'll see you guys around. TeamKnL, Kai here, out.